Hey, I got some more clips for you today, so let's check it out.
I can't stop thinking about how grass lawns are racist and like based in white supremacy.
Sarcasm, right?
If that doesn't make sense, that's okay.
It doesn't.
I guess. It seems really obvious to me.
Oh, yeah,
Can
so
anything
obvious.
just be okay in its natural state, or do we just have to whitewash everything? Can we just have weeds?
That's a new one. That's definitely a new one. I just feel as though this worldview must be so exhausting. You find fault in every.
So now mowing your lawn is white supremacy. Like the Asians never took care of their lawns. I mean, they just make up such bullshit and they believe it.
Everything. When the demand for racism exceeds the supply. Really? Does she think that there are no brown and black people that have beautiful yards? I mean, it doesn't even make sense because there are tons of people of all races that do. That's why I'm not even like giving the racist comment the time of day.
A history teacher is going viral for reading crazy parent emails. Listen to this.
Dear Mr. Major, my son came home very upset because you are teaching about wars in history class. We do not expose him to violent content in our home. We only allow PG movies and we skip the battle scenes in The Patriot. I do not understand why you feel it is necessary to discuss World War II in such graphic detail as countries fighting. Could you please focus on more positive historical moments? Perhaps baking traditions in the 1940s or fashion trends instead of conflict?
Imagine being that weak-minded, right? It's so weak-minded that we skip the battle scenes in a movie. Like they're fucking pussies. It's crazy.
Thank you for respecting our family values. A concerned parent. Second one. Subject. Temperature accuracy in your classroom. Mr. Major, my daughter informed me you are teaching something called the Cold War. She says there was no actual snow involved. This feels misleading. If there was no ice or freezing temperatures, why call it cold? This seems like false advertising and confusing.
It just has to be a trolling email,
Please
right?
clarify whether thermometers were involved, and if not, perhaps consider renaming it to avoid misinformation. Regards, parent who values accuracy. Third one. Urgent. Economic indoctrination. Mr. Major, after your lesson on post-World War II economics, my son asked at dinner, what is consumerism? This is extremely concerning. We do not use words like that in our home. We simply buy things because we need them, and sometimes because Target had a sale.
So you're a consumer.
I worry you are encouraging my child to think critically about economic systems. Please stick to safe topics like state birds or the branches of government, but not too deeply. Sincerely, a very alarmed parent.
Oh, hell. So apparently they are selling us waterproof bread. That looks like a sponge, doesn't it? Yeah, it's pretty insane. Look, it says mold inhibitor. It's barely even flours, sweetened with corn syrup, bleached with some crazy stuff. 11 synthetic compounds holding it together. Oh my God. Ethylene oxide carrier. I don't even know what the hell that is. But this, right, what is that? That is nuts.
Listen to this amazing story of how this ex-Satanist became a Christian in the most shocking way.
So I reached out to one of my friends who was a pastor and asked if he would like to do my mom's memorial. After her service, I remember going to him and being like, hey, can we sit down and can you answer some questions for me? We sat down at a park and he answered all of these questions, and at the very end, he recommended a book. I went on Amazon to go get that book, and it was like $40. And as a Satanist, I was not going to spend $40 on a book that I'd never read. Fast forward a couple weeks later, and it's my first day as a field installer for like a tech company. I get in this van and I just freeze. So I look over at the guy that was training me and I'm like, not to be a weird dude on my first day, but is this yours? And he just kind of looks at it and he kind of laughs a little and he's like, nah, some client there left us for, another person and it's just been in here ever since. Like, you can take it if you want it. There are no such thing as coincidences.
Subscribe for more videos.
So this is something that I don't understand, right? About Satanists. If you choose to be a Satanist, you choose to practice Satanism, that means that you believe in Satan. You believe there is a Satan. Therefore, you must believe that there is a God. This is the part I don't understand, is why would you choose Satanism? If you believe there's a Satan and you believe there's a God, why would you choose the side of evil? I mean, I understand that it's devil, it's demons manipulating them to do it. I get that. But it just doesn't make sense. It's like saying, you're given the option to be a Nazi or not. Why would you choose to be one? You wouldn't. So why would you choose to be a Satanist? That's something that just never made sense to me.
It was like this.
So you're calling me a terrorist?
I have no idea if you're a terrorist or not. I don't remember making that. I don't remember using that word. You said that word. I didn't say that word. It's just funny how much you guys hate us.
She doesn't
You
like
hate
white
Western
people, but they
countries.
come to white countries.
You hate white people, but you come to white and Western countries. Isn't that really crazy?
Because we were forced into this country.
Who forced you to come to America?
Saddam
Wasn't
Hussein
Americans.
Saddam Hussein told you to go to America. Yeah, okay.
So
No,
that's
you guys
America's
come here
fault.
because America is a significantly better country than your countries that Islam ruined.
No, it's not.
So
it's
you
not
come
better than
here
my country.
where we have better
No.
healthcare, we have cleaner water, we have cleaner stuff, we have better economy, we
Okay,
have
go
better
back to
military. Fine, let me ask you, why don't you go back to Iraq now? Saddam Hussein's dead. Why don't you go back? You won't. You know damn
No,
well you're
I
not going to
can't
leave.
because I'm a woman.
Oh, please expand on that. Tell me, what's wrong with you being a woman?
Women don't have rights. They don't have.
Oh,
freedom.
that's crazy. So you stay in the country where women have rights, and you won't go to the Oh, wow. Huh. I wonder
Well,
if there's
right
a
now they don't have
correlation
rights.
there.
Only the
I wonder.
feminists
I
do.
wonder if there's a correlation there. Please tell me, why do women not have rights? Go ahead, tell me, why is it in Iraq that women don't have rights? Please.
They have to. They are expected to stay at home and be housewives. They can't.
Because
leave
of
their house.
what? What is that ideology that exists in Iraq that tells them to do
Religion.
That's crazy. They hate Iraq because they hate Islam, yet they're Muslim. They choose to be Muslim, but they hate the rules of Islam. And they hate their country, so they come to the United States, and then they say they hate the United States because they're given all the freedoms that they say they don't like about Iraq, the freedoms that they're not given in Islam. It doesn't make sense. They hate being Muslim, they hate living in an Islamic culture, yet they come to America, and then they hate living in America. It's like, what do you want? Really, what do you want?
Religion.
What
It's a religion.
What religion is it?
Islam.
It's Islam. That's crazy. So the Muslims, who she doesn't like a lot of white people, as she said, they don't like the West. They think their religion is perfect. As she said, I don't go back to that because my religion hates on me. So I stay in the West, the place I hate, the white people I hate, because I'm not treated
They just hate
like
everything.
they treat me in my country.
It's not my fault they do that.
No, you know what? That's true. It's not. It's Muhammad's fault and your religion's fault.
It's not Muhammad's fault. Peace be upon
It's
him.
Muhammad specifically said evil
It's
comes in three
Muhammad.
things. Three things, he said. Women was one of those three things. He said hell was filled with women because they're disobedient. He said that women were half as intelligent because they had a deficient mind. He also said that women were half as religious because they have their period and they cannot do certain religious things during that week. And so therefore they're not as religious as men. It takes two women to equal one man as a witness in Sharia law. All of this is absolutely said by Muhammad, who married a
It's
6-year-old.
true.
The West needs to understand what Islam is currently doing. And if you're a Muslim, I just pray that you come to a full revelation of who Jesus is. He loves you, and you will experience true freedom through the power of Christ.
And remember, one of the reasons why they're here is because they're trying to spread their religion, their absolute bullshit religion.
Christ.
So my daughter's 4 years old. I am an anti-racist educator, quote unquote. She's still watching Disney movies and she is choosing.
And by the way, white women like her, white liberal women, want that. They want Islam to come here, it's totally weird. Like women like her, they want Sharia law. They want Islam here. Yet I don't think they really understand that if Sharia law comes here, they won't have any rights. It's like how they voted for Mandami there in New York, who is a Muslim. And the white women of New York City were chanting that they want Sharia law, maybe not understanding that they're voting for something that would take away their right to vote. I mean, that makes no sense.
A white princess over princesses of color.
Have you talked to her about that?
All the time.
My 3-year-old daughter is her favorite princess is Moana.
Love it.
It's a good sign.
Yeah.
But then I also thought,
I'm curious, would she say the same thing if she was sitting across from a black parent and the black parent said, oh, my daughter's favorite princess is Cinderella? Would she be like, love it? If because she's sitting across from she's like, oh, sorry, white kids can't choose white princesses or else they're racist. They have to choose princesses of other nationalities and they won't be racist. But what about, black children? If black children choose white princesses, are they racist?
is a little bit of cultural appropriation here. She wants to be Moana for Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
So how do we navigate that? Do I go and buy the Pacific Islander native attire for my white 3-year-old?
I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
But I guess what we might call the Moana problem here is what, on one hand, there's cultural appropriation. On the other hand, there's gravitating towards white characters.
Right.
So it's almost like no matter which way you go, you end up back in racism.
What would you think if I could take you to a place where the 200 fallen angels built a boardroom for them to all meet? It would have to be at the top of a finished pyramid, at the end of a pointed sword, with a phoenix right there into the front yard. And if you clicked inside of it, it would have a round table where they could all meet together, all 200 of them. And if you go right inside the Palace of Peace and Reconciliation, I'm going to show you their boardroom. All 200 delegates meet right here in the top of this finished pyramid. It's one of the only finished pyramids I've ever seen in my life. And if you click on that little mark right there, it's going to take us down inside that hole. And that's what's underneath the Palace of the Peace and Reconciliation, where the 200 fallen angels meet. That sun shines right through the middle of that table that holds 200 people, and it goes all the way down to the middle of the floor in the basement, which is the amphitheater, and that's where all the people can meet. It says 200 seats for the world's religious meetings. Chapter 3 in Enoch 1 tells you that there were 200 fallen angels that descended in that day, and right there it tells you the names of those people, and they were the leaders of 10. I've never heard of anybody even mention this place or a Christian telling me that they went there. Okay, click on the U.S. Embassy in Astana and then zoom down right down the street and you'll see that portal right there. I thought this was super weird, but there's no pictures of it. So if you go across the street and click on that little blue dot right across the river, and then roll that thing around right there and you're going to see this. Looks like a portal to me.
How many people believe in reality TV? How many times I explained it? Reality is all scripted. You know how many marriages I know in Hollywood that are fake? So if they're fake, what else is fake? Is the moon landing fake? Dude, and then what blows me, people go, well, why they lie? Why would they lie? How do they hold a lie? How's the mafia hold lies for that long? How does human trafficking become so quiet for that long? How do you keep these secrets? Government is easy to lie.
Democrats are destroying America, and this is Democrats in Pennsylvania. Check this out.
The chair will call up House Bills 158 and House Bill 1849 for the sole purpose of re-referring those bills to the Health Committee. Will the secretary please call the roll? All Democrats will be voting yes.
Could we kind of know what the bills are?
House Bill 158, House Bill, we're in the middle of, I will strike the vote.
I mean, we can't vote on a re-referral that we don't even know what the title of the bill is. I mean, obviously you don't want us to know what the title of the bill is.
We're running out of time, so we're trying to.
If I would have ever pulled that in the majority, you would have lost your mind.
You had, and these bills, we're gonna just go to a roll call. Secretary, please call the roll. We're re-referring bills. These aren't policy discussions. House Bill 158 and House Bill.
I mean, this is absolute bullshit. This is what the Democrats do, right? They say that they're trying to protect democracy, yet they pull bullshit like this. They don't want to tell the Republican side what they're actually voting on because they know the Republicans are going to be against it. I'm sure this is some woke nonsense that they're trying to vote on, right? And they won't tell the Republicans what the bills actually are, but they're saying, hey, you have to vote on it. We're not going to tell you what it is that you're voting on, but you have to vote on it. I mean, it's fucking like the Democrat Party is just, they're not the Democrat Party anymore. They're the woke party. I can't believe anybody is actually a Democrat anymore. It's crazy. And this is why I couldn't be a politician. Because if I were in this room, I couldn't. I would fucking run up there. I'd put that guy in a fucking headlock and fucking pound his face in, right? Because it's fucking bullshit. It's nonsense. It's childish. It's just childish behavior.
So obviously one of them is women in sports, and we still are trying to defend men in women's sports here in Pennsylvania. Once again, this majority refuses to let a vote on protecting our daughters and granddaughters in womenens sports.
Secretary,
so just to
please
be
call the roll.
clear,
All
that's
Democrats will
what
be yes.
this is.
And proceed with the
Chairman
Republican
Kaufman.
roll call.
Let's vote no.
On the bill. Point of order.
We're in the
Chairman
middle of a
Kaufman.
roll call.
Chairman Kaufman.
Yes or no, or we're going to go to the next member.
Did the majority vote already?
Yes.
So we don't actually get to make comments on anything anymore unless you deem it.
No, because they want to take away your right to speak. Typical Democrats, right? The people who say they want to save freedoms, save democracy, they're the ones who are taking away, these people's rights to express their opinion.
We're on motion to re-refer, so...
What's the other bill? 158? We know that you want to avoid the vote on women's sports. What's the other one?
Member.
Representatives Bonner.
Mr. Chair, point of order.
Go to the next member. We're in the middle of a roll call.
Mr. Chair, point of order. Can we speak on this motion? We've not been given a chance
We're
to
in the
speak
middle
on
of
the
a roll
motion.
call.
We weren't even given a chance to speak
Pressing
on the
their
motion.
right to speak.
What specifically are the bills that we are voting on? What are the titles of the bills? What do these bills do? What are we
And they call the
referring
right
to
dictators.
the Health Committee?
Well, Representative Kaufman just said what one of the bills, so you know the answers. So
what's the other bill?
Kaufman.
Maine is being taken over by Chinese marijuana farmers. What is going on there?
U.S. authorities captured a lot of marijuana from Chinese last year.
What do you mean? It's legal up there.
The bottom line is there's a lot of problems with the Chinese. It's increasing. They're growing marijuana everywhere. Now, it's a cash crop. Of course, you can run your war on this. Look at the opium in Afghanistan. The more of these drugs like fentanyl that you flood on the streets, it creates its own demand. It's a perfect evil. And then you use that to fund the war. You literally destroy the people while you're funding the war. The people that are pushing marijuana and whatnot out there, they're literally doing the job for the Chinese. Thousands of Americans are dying every month from fentanyl poisoning, and the Chinese are doing that.
You cannot make this up. A regular American calls the Illinois DMV. They casually admit that they're still letting non-English speakers take their CDL exams in Spanish, with interpreters and even family members for the actual road skills test.
You guys still offer the test in Spanish, right?
Yeah, they do.
Okay, and then when he does take the over-the-road test, would I be permitted to come with him to translate?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Oh my God.
So about 2 months ago, I had to go to my local DMV to renew my driver's license. And I couldn't believe the amount of immigrants who were there, and they couldn't speak English, and they were there with interpreters, people who were going to interpret the exams for them. That's crazy. These people can't read road signs. That's why there are so many immigrants getting into car accidents. That's why I'm driving to work and I see people driving down the wrong side of the road, like entering into parking lots going, they're entering through the exits. They can't read the signs. It's crazy. I mean, out in California, they were giving CDL licenses to a lot of illegal immigrants who couldn't read the road signs, and they're getting into car accidents. 18-wheelers. They're killing people.
Girls will get $5,500 each. The blokes will get $69,000 each. How can anyone justify this item?
They can't.
No.
I mean, the gender, I beg your pardon?
I can justify. Stop, start, stop again. Uh-oh.
Skyforce a turnover. Angel Reese off to the races. Will lay it in.
Actually, usually she misses those easy layups.
Ow!
Why?
Well, I tell you what, stars don't get paid more money because, a sport doesn't become interesting because the stars are paid more money. Stars get paid more money because the sport is interesting. Let me ask you this. How many of you guys on the panel know who our Australian Matildas are playing in the quarterfinals? No, because you don't care about it. Now, if you cared about it...
I do if they win.
No, but that's the thing.
They beat
Do you know what?
Brazil.
All of you can go and watch W League games in the women's competition here, but you don't. Now, when you start to go and watch these women play the wonderful football they do, then they'll earn more money.
But I don't go to watch the men play football either.
Yeah.
A lot of people do.
I know, but a lot of people do, Ita. The Men's World Cup is one of the biggest money spinners on the planet. Women's football, even though at grassroots level it's working really, really well, it's got a long way to go. The other thing, let me ask you this about sports equality. The top 10 fastest men of all time in terms of sprinters are all black, of African origin. Are you telling me that the white guys should say, hold on, we should be paid just as much as the black guys for sprinting? No, because they're not as fast.
The left is all about tolerance until someone differs with their political ideology.
But is that really
fascist propaganda?
Oh,
Go
why,
fuck yourself.
why do you
buddy.
say that?
Go fuck yourself.
Are you an
It's funny when you get these little soy boy fucking dweebs like trying to act like they're tough guys, right? Like, what are you gonna do, guy? I mean, come on, just fucking man up. Stop being a fucking little nerd.
native, sir?
You platform fascists. Go fuck yourself.
What are your pronouns?
Go fuck yourself.
Thank you, sir. As I was saying before, I was so rudely interrupted.
Those leftist men that are always those fucking weak, pathetic little guys.
I'm looking at this sign that says, "Stop economic genocide." Oh, have you lost your way, sir? The Pride Parade isn't here, sir.
No platforms for fascists. Go fuck yourself.
What makes us a fascist, and why are you so angry?
He can't answer.
That's fine. I don't mind. He's got every freedom to make a horse's ass out of himself. Oh, sonic disruption.
He's bringing a fucking
He's ringing his
bicycle
little
bell.
bell.
Like
New
a
version
fucking
of COVID is
3-year-old.
here. I'm sure you have all seen the recent news of the new Lone Star tick outbreak. And if you didn't know, it's a common and aggressive species of hard tick. The spread has been one of the craziest things to see unfold. The Lone Star tick causes alpha-gal syndrome, which is a life-changing delayed allergy to red meat and sometimes dairy. Triggered by the sugar alpha-gal and the tick's saliva, reactions can occur in 3 to 6 hours after eating and may include hives, swelling, and anaphylaxis. And this can affect people from even a single bite. You may say the timing on this is very bizarre. A tick that makes it to where people won't be able to eat red meat or dairy, while at the same time, the government is releasing fake meats that are bioengineered to steer people away from natural food. And this is where the fun kicks in, because Pfizer, yes, you remember that name, is actively developing a Lyme's disease vaccine candidate, with plans targeting potential availability around 2027. We can all thank Bill Gates, and also let's have fun with COVID round 2.
Okay, so that's all I got for you today. As always, head down to the comments section, leave your thoughts and opinions on any of the clips that we saw today, and thank you for watching.